Good morning. Welcome to test number 10 and test number 11. It's quite a bit of fun. Let's go ahead and break this down here. I'm actually going to grab a stand and we're going to look at Mach3. Enjoy taking you guys on these different tests. This allows us to fix any of the issues going on in your systems. Alright, let's talk about the Mach3 screen and exactly what you should be seeing on it and what you shouldn't be seeing on it. Okay, Mach3 screen, what you should be seeing looks like this. Unless, of course, we run an update, in which case we'll go ahead and also update this video to reflect the new changes in our system. However, unless otherwise specified, this is what you should be seeing in your system. I want to move this light a little bit here. Down, I'll use this as a pointer here. Down here, Right CNC ProKit Profile Update 418. You just have to make sure that it does say Right CNC ProKit Profile. Update 418, Update 1218, 1217, Update 1218. There's a lot of updates out there and constantly developing more. Those are all available through the customer portal, but just watch out that you do have Right CNC ProKit Profile Update 418 on your system. The second thing that you should be seeing when first turning it on is there should be nothing in the status bar, nothing right here, when you first turn it on. Unless, of course, you see this, in which case e-stop button was pressed because I clicked on the e-stop. Or you should also be able to see this, external e-stop requested. External e-stop requested is pretty simple. It just means, hey, this e-stop's been pressed. Turn it off, click reset, and boom, it's gone. So make sure you're hitting that reset when you do see the external reset, and let's keep moving on. Things that are normal to see that won't impact your system: normal condition down here. See this down bottom left hand corner? Normal condition. If you see that it's flashing with abnormal condition, that isn't something to be worried about in this particular system's case. If it was a different system or a different company, I would definitely take that into consideration. But since we don't have certain limits, certain things going on our screen or in our tables, you won't need to worry about that specifically. Other things that we should be seeing is torch on. This little black bar here should not be flashing. You'll see it flashing when the plasma F5 is hit, or if the plasma cutter thinks that it's on, you will see that that yellow light is flashing, and it will stop your system from moving properly. So you want to make sure you hit F5 to make sure that that yellow light isn't flashing on that screen. That means that the torch is on, and we don't want our torch to be on when it's when the system initially comes on, or if the plasma cutter is off and the torch light is flashing, you're going to have some issues if your plasma cutter is in fact trying to cut at that point and you see that yellow light flashing and then the plasma cutter isn't actually arcing. Issues there, but watch for that. All right, watch for that. So that should be black. Similarly here, the THC little black square should also be not on. Pretty simple there. Okay, things that should be green right here, jog on and off, should be green. Why should it be green? Well, otherwise you wouldn't be able to move with the up, down, left, right, page up, page down keys on the system. You just won't be able to because that button prevents you from being able to do that. The next things that shouldn't be green, we want to make sure are offline, go to 0, to go, machine coordinates and soft limits. The only button out of all of these that we ever hit is go to 0. And the one button that we do see people depressing for some reason is soft limits. And if you know how to set up soft limits, please feel free to set them up. But if you don't, that button being on is going to give you at least a couple of potential issues if you're not paying attention. So make sure that you do have that turned to not green. Okay, so that is the program run screen. Everything else should be as is unless you have a program here, which code would be here and a item would be listed here. But That's it. Nothing else should be on. This should be blue. The M1 optional stop should be blue. Everything else should be black. All right, let's move on to the next bit. Diagnostic Alt 7. Diagnostic Alt 7 is the other screen that we take a look at to make sure that everything is running correctly. So let's go over each of the things that should be on. Toolpath on should be here in green. Jog on and off should still be here. This time is also perfectly okay. Ports and pins should look in this state, with pin number 4 being on the way it is, and then we have 6, 7, and 8 being on. We should have nothing else lit up over here unless our e-stop is on, in which case you'd see it here. Look at that, it's flashing red. I will turn off my e-stop and reset the system, and we'll be fine. Next up, enable 1 should be on and output 6 should be flashing. The only time output 6 isn't flashing is when we're actually making motion across the table. If I'm hitting down, it actually stops flashing. So just know that those are normal conditions there. And then the final one here is pulse frequency 35251. That should be the pulse frequency on your system. It may vary slightly, but there should be a number there if there is no number there. If it says simulated or if it says external, external would be for the 2x2s. Simulated would present us with an issue because, as we've stated, everything is pushing through the system. All of our signals are coming out of the computer. This pulse frequency is necessary in order to make sure that your system moves at the appropriate time. Okay, and that is the Mach 3 screens that we deal with most. Make sure that they're set up like this. If not, give me a call and we'll go from there.